Transitioning from a childhood filled with mission work in the Philippines to high school in Florida was no small feat for Tim Tebow. Upon joining the local football team, he initially found himself playing as a tight end, a position that ultimately didn't align with his unique skill set. But everything changed when his coaches recognized his untapped potential and decided to mold him into a quarterback. That decision would turn the trajectory of not just his own career, but also the team's future. As a quarterback, Tebow's passion and determination ignited a flame within the team. His incredible work ethic and fierce willpower rapidly transformed the once underperforming squad into a formidable force. In his first season as quarterback, he broke several records, illustrating not just his physical prowess but also his sharp football mind. One memorable game saw him throw for over 300 yards and rack up multiple touchdowns, a performance that would be talked about long after the final whistle blew. But it wasn't just about the numbers, it was his leadership that truly set him apart. Teammates rallied behind him, often citing his infectious attitude and relentless drive. Tebow led by example. Whether that meant holding extra practice sessions or motivating his teammates during tough losses, his presence was electrifying. As a result of his stellar performances, college scouts began to take notice. They saw in him not just an athlete, but a leader for the future. Rivalries grew more intense, and as the eyes of the sports community turned toward him, every game became a stage showcasing his growing legend. By the end of his high school career, Tim Tebow had not only left a lasting legacy at his school but had also solidified his path to greatness, a path that blurred the lines of possibility and expectation. As he prepared to transition to college football, it was clear, this was just the beginning of his remarkable journey. Little did fans know, this chapter would only fuel the fire of the legend that was yet to come. When Tim Tebow stepped onto the field at the University of Florida, he was stepping into destiny. The moment he took the snap, it was clear that this wasn't just another player. This was a phenomenon in the making. His freshman year started with skeptics doubting his ability to handle the pressure at such a high level. But almost immediately, he silenced those doubts. In a pivotal game against the University of Tennessee, Tebow showcased his dual-threat ability, rushing for a remarkable 120 yards and throwing for another 150. As he settled into his role, it became obvious that Tebow was no ordinary college athlete. By his sophomore year, he'd led the Gators to a national championship, an achievement that cemented his status as a rising star in college football. His signature playing style, blending relentless power with agile quickness, left defenses scrambling and fans in awe. But it wasn't just his stats that set him apart, it was his heart and tenacity. Tebow became notorious for motivational speeches that inspired not only his teammates but also fans across the nation. His emotional displays on the field, bowing in prayer after touchdowns and kneeling in gratitude, turned him into a cultural icon, one who seamlessly combined athleticism with wholesomeness. However, it was the 2007 season that truly defined his college career. Not only did he break multiple records, but he also became the first sophomore ever to win the coveted Heisman Trophy, awarded to the best player in college football. This milestone didn't just signify personal success, it was a testament to how a young man with an unwavering spirit could achieve greatness against all odds. Tebow's college journey was more than just wins and losses. It marked the rise of a complex athlete, a player who would capture hearts and spark debates about faith, sports, and the very nature of success. With each victory, he wasn't just making history, he was changing the conversation around what it means to be an athlete. And as the championships piled up, one thing became clear: Tim Tebow wasn't just playing football, he was changing the game. But the question remained, could he carry this momentum into the NFL? What awaited him in the professional arena would prove to be a test of not just skill, but also character and resilience. Tim Tebow's rise to fame is nothing short of a Hollywood script, full of drama, emotion, and unexpected twists. As he stepped onto the field for the Florida Gators, it was clear that magic was in the air. His unique style of play began turning heads, not just in the college football realm but also in the nation. In his sophomore year, he took the college football world by storm after an incredible season, dominant performances, and a fiery spirit. He became the first sophomore in history to win the prestigious Heisman Trophy in 2007, a crowning achievement that solidified his status as a superstar. But what propelled him even further was something more than just the accolades. It was the palpable connection he forged with fans and teammates. Tebow's infamous post-game speeches became legendary. His passionate pleas for faith and unity resonated not just with Florida fans but with a fervent national audience. Every time he took the field, it felt like more than just football, it felt like a movement. People rallied behind his underdog story and rooted for the kid who wore his heart on his sleeve. He led the Gators to 2 national championships, stoking the flames of his growing legend. Games became must-watch events, and with each victory, he cemented his legacy further. But this success didn't come without challenges. Criticisms about his throwing mechanics and playing style surfaced, igniting debates on whether he could replicate this brilliance at the next level. His college career wasn't just about victories on the scoreboard, it was about overcoming adversity, battling through injuries, and consistently proving his resilience. And just when you thought you knew the whole story, Tebow's charm and faith revealed a rare depth that made him even more intriguing. As the NFL draft approached, all eyes were on Tebow. Would he succeed in the professional arena? The anticipation was electric. Stay tuned as we turn the page into his tumultuous transition to the NFL. After Tebow's early success with the Denver Broncos, the road took a challenging turn. As he infused excitement into the NFL with his electrifying Tebow time magic, detractors were quick to point out the underlying flaws in his game. Critics were relentless, questioning whether his unorthodox throwing style and questionable accuracy could hold up at the highest level of football. In his second season, the tide shifted. The Broncos acquired future Hall of Famer Peyton Manning, leaving Tebow as the odd man out. This abrupt change forced him to seek a fresh start with the New York Jets, a move that many thought could rejuvenate his career. However, what ensued was far from it. His time with the Jets was filled with tension and disappointment, as he found himself buried on the depth chart with limited playing time and even fewer opportunities to showcase his talents. The struggles intensified when Tebow attempted to adapt to a different offensive scheme. The Jets' coaching staff seemed unsure how to effectively use his skill set, leading to further scrutiny. Fans who once rallied behind him began to lose faith, and Tebow's dream of proving the naysayers wrong started to slip away. Later stints with the New England Patriots and the Philadelphia Eagles didn't ignite the spark he was searching for either. Although there was talk of him transitioning to a tight end role, the NFL landscape was evolving quickly, and Tebow found himself at a crossroads. Each passing season brought a wave of young quarterbacks, further diminishing the chances for a comeback. With every chapter, the narrative shifted from heroics to doubts, showcasing a player who defied expectations but ultimately struggled to fit into the increasingly competitive landscape of the NFL. But that wasn't the whole story. Tim Tebow's meteoric rise in the NFL was as captivating as it was improbable. His unorthodox playing style, characterized by a blend of grit, determination, and sheer willpower, resonated deeply with fans during his standout moments. Just when critics were ready to write him off, something incredible happened. His performances for the Denver Broncos exceeded all expectations. It started with a series of unforgettable game-winning drives that seemed to defy the odds. In a league where quarterbacks are often defined by their throwing mechanics and statistical accomplishments, Tebow inspired hope as he led his underdog team from behind, time and again. His flair for the dramatic was on full display during the thrilling encounter against the Pittsburgh Steelers in the wild-card round of the playoffs. With just 11 seconds left on the clock, a historic 80-yard touchdown pass sent fans into a frenzy and solidified the #TebowTime craze that dominated social media. But this phenomenon wasn't just about statistics or incredible comebacks, it was a cultural event. Tebow became a beacon of faith in a world often overshadowed by controversy in sports. His unwavering Christian beliefs translated into a strong personal brand that empowered and inspired many fans. The Tebowing meme became a popular trend as people imitated his signature prayer pose, highlighting the intersection of sports and personal beliefs that many avid fans found refreshing. As his fame skyrocketed, merchandise sales surged, with jerseys flying off the shelves. Yet, it wasn't just the merchandise. His presence brought deeper discussions about morality and sportsmanship to the forefront of conversations. While the media couldn't help but dissect each game, one thing was clear: Tim Tebow was more than just a football player. He was a phenomenon that sparked joy, hope, and a renewed sense of belief among fans. However, amidst this cheering crowd, critics were still vocal. Many questioned his ability to perform consistently, stating that his reliance on last-minute heroics masked deeper flaws in his gameplay. Detractors used statistics to highlight his struggles, rather than celebrating the unique magic he brought to the field. As we reflect on the Tebow phenomenon, it becomes apparent that it holds lessons beyond just football. It's a reminder of how the underdog narrative captures the hearts of many, and how larger-than-life personalities can both inspire and polarize. And ultimately, the question remains: can the legacy of Tim Tebow, a name that sparks controversy and admiration in equal measures, endure long after the plays have faded? Despite early triumphs, Tim Tebow's NFL journey was a rocky ride paved with criticism and unexpected challenges. After that legendary playoff victory with the Broncos, hope was high, but the hype quickly turned against him. Expectations soared as fans wondered if he could replicate that magic consistently, but the truth was more complicated. His unorthodox throwing style, often deemed ineffective, saw critics relentlessly question his skill set and decision-making on the field. Tebow's stint with the New York Jets added another layer of complexity to his career. He was brought in as a backup quarterback amid a media storm of speculation and controversy. Instead of finding stability, he became a pawn in a dramatic power struggle between his position coach and the team's starting quarterback, leading to limited playing time and mounting frustration. Fans were eagerly waiting for him to get a real shot, yet more often than not, they found themselves staring at emptiness. When he moved to the New England Patriots, whispers of a second chance echoed, but that hope was short-lived. His struggle persisted, leading to an eventual exit from the league. The same world that once celebrated him began to question if he could ever make it as an NFL quarterback again. Despite his efforts to revitalize his career, the narrative surrounding him shifted from miraculous comebacks to what seemed like a persistent conflict with success. And what happened next would shock everyone. As Tebow stepped away from the NFL spotlight, he reinvented himself in an unexpected realm. But that leap into the world of professional baseball may just be the most surprising twist yet in this extraordinary journey. Tim Tebow's journey reflects not just the ups and downs of a sports career, but a powerful testament to resilience and determination. From a remarkable college athlete to a polarizing NFL figure, his story is filled with triumphs and tribulations that resonate beyond the football field. If there's one thing we can take away from Tebow's narrative, it's that labels don't define us. His relentless pursuit of his dreams, despite the odds stacked against him, inspires countless fans. As he continues to carve out his path in life, whether on the field, in the media, or in philanthropy, one question lingers: will he ever truly find peace with his football legacy? The answer is still unwritten, leaving us all curious about what comes next in the saga of Tim Tebow. Stay